In this video, I am going to show you the skeleton or the basic programs of C++. In the following video, you will find a demo how to start a new project and how to develop the first program. So here, first of all, let us start with the skeleton of a C++ program. See, this is a skeleton already. I have kept it ready here. You have to start a new project. Let us say the project name is first and the program file is first.cpp. So you have to start this one. Then inside that, this is what you have to return. So every C++ program basically looks like this. So let us understand what are these elements. So I'll start from this point. See, this is the starting point of a C++ program. Main function. This is main and the round brackets are there, so this is a function. This main function is the starting point of a C++ program. Then what is this int? This is called as a return type of a function. We will be learning about the return types and all afterwards, but right now as a formality you have to write it always. And when you have return int there at this place, then you have to write return 0 at the end of the main function. And this is the body of a main function, that is the opening flower bracket and closing flower bracket. Now what all you have to write on, you have to write it here inside the body of main function. Then what does it mean by this hash include? I'll explain it. So first of all, I will write something here inside the main function and show you. So here as a first program, I want to give a welcome message. So I will write hello world. So I want this program to print on the screen hello world when I run the program. So how to print something on the screen? So for printing anything on the monitor, that is on the screen from your C++ program, there is a built-in object available in C++, that is cout. C means console, out, that is console out. So monitor is treated as a console, that is output console. Then there is something that is keyboard, that is useful for taking input, right? So this is input console. So it means for that there is C in, yes, C out for monitor, console out, C in, that is console in for keyboard, that is taking any input from the keyboard. So let us use the cout and print something on the monitor. So as I said, we will be printing hello world. So we have to use this two angular brackets. This is called as insertion operator. Insertion operator. We have to use this one for printing anything. Then here inside double quotes, I will say hello world. So whatever the message that you have to print, you have to give it in double quotes. So this is a string or a message. It's a string or a message. This is given to cout, so it will be printed on the monitor. So when you run the program, hello world will appear here. Hello world will appear here. So cout is an object used for printing anything on the monitor. And if you see this double less than symbol, two less than symbols, those are on the keyboard, you will find less than symbol, hit it for 2 times. So that is acting as a insertion operator. If you feel it, it looks like as if I am inserting this one inside cout. So once I insert it, it will appear on a monitor. It gives the feeling that we are inserting something. So that's why it is called as insertion operator. So this is how we can print. Now, next thing, where this cout came from? Where the cout came? We know that for every C++ program, we should write down int main flower bracket close and return. Then whatever we are writing here, where this cout came from, the cout object as well as cin object, these are present inside this iostream header file. So actually this is a library. Library will contain the collection of built-in objects or functions that a programmer can use and easily write the program. This is provided by C++ compiler. When you install the compiler, you will get the libraries. So there are many libraries. We will learn about them slowly. So whatever your requirement is, depending on that, you can include the library in your program. So everything from the library will be attached in your program and you can use it. So cout is present in this library, that is iostream library. For including that one, we include by its name or by its header file. So in some compilers, even you have to write down iostream.h, right? If this doesn't work in your compiler, then you write iostream.h or else just iostream. Now I will remove these things and I'll explain few more things about this one. This cout, as it is present there, we cannot use it directly. We have to write down namespace. So I have to write std double colon. This symbol you will find on the keyboard. You hit it for 2 times. So this is scope resolution. Colon and colon, that is double colon. This is called as scope resolution. So the correct method is write down std scope resolution, then cout and whatever you want to give. This is how we use that cout object. Now this is a perfect program. If you run it, you will get hello world on the screen. Now one more thing. If you're writing a very lengthy program or bigger program and you have to use a cout many times, then instead of writing it like this, there is another way of doing this, using that cout as well as cin object. The other method is, here we can write using namespace and this namespace name. So when we say that we are using this namespace, so we don't have to say this one, we can directly write cout. It means that we are using that namespace, means whatever is there inside that namespace, we are using it. Now what does it mean by namespace? See, all the built-in things available in this header file, that is library, are grouped under one name, that is std. So for using that, we have to say using namespace. Now more about namespace, we will learn it in this course. You will find a topic. There is a video available. It's a separate topic. So everything about the namespace is discussed there. Now writing std here is better than saying that we are using namespace, because we are not using everything from the namespace. We want just cout. So writing std colon and cout is better. But it is easy for the beginners to just write cout. So I may be using cout many times, right? On the top I will be writing using namespace, and here I will write cout, just cout. So that's all. This is the first program. Let us quickly look at the things that we have learned. See, we have learned that every C program will have a main function. Main function should return integer, and as it is returning, so here we should write down return 0. Then inside this flower brackets, that is body, whatever you want you can write down here. So in my program I am just displaying it. So for that, cout is an object that is already available. I am using it for printing something on the screen. The cout is present in the header file, so I should include the header file, and this header file is having this namespace, so I should also use that namespace. Just including the header file is not sufficient. You have to use that namespace inside that one. If you don't want to use it, then you can write down std scope resolution here. Then the next video I will show you some simple programs of C++. In the previous video, we have already learned the skeleton of a C++ program. Now here in this video, we will learn how to write a program. So we'll learn the steps for writing basic programs. So we'll be writing a lot of programs by following these steps. So what are the steps? Let us learn. See, every program will have 3 elements. One is, it will take some input, then it will process, then it will give the output. So what is this? See, suppose I am a program. I know how to add 2 numbers, and you are user of a program. Imagine this, right? Always you have to keep this scenario in your mind. Now, you want to use the program. You want me to add 2 numbers. Then I should know 2 numbers. First of all, you give 2 numbers. Then I will add them. Then I will give you the output. That's it. So from my side, if you see, I am taking input, then processing and giving you the output. Now let us take another example. Suppose I am a program for finding the area of a rectangle, and you are the user, you want me to find the area. So for that I should know length and breadth. So let us see how I should work. First of all, I should ask you what is the length and what is the breadth. You will give me length and breadth. I will take and multiply them, or whatever the formula is. I will process and I will get the result. Then I will give you the output. Area is so and so. So you are user, I am the program. So now when you are thinking of writing a program, keep yourself at a place of program, and other people who are going to use, they are users, right? So stand on the side of a program and imagine. So now let us see how we can follow these steps for writing a simple program for adding two numbers. So first of all, I will draw a flowchart for this one. Then I will write an algorithm using pseudocode. Then I will write down a C++ program for adding two numbers. So let us draw a flowchart. So here I will draw a flowchart for adding two numbers. So what are the things we have to do? Let us learn. See, first of all, a starting point of a flowchart, that is start. Then our program should take two numbers as input. So for input and output, we use a parallelogram. So let us draw a parallelogram. So the next thing is take input. So for that, it's better giving a message. So printing a message, I will say print enter two numbers. Like when I give the example, I have told you that first of all, I should take two numbers from you. So enter two numbers. So I should tell you enter two numbers. Then you will give me two numbers. So I should read two numbers. See, I am a program, right? So read, I will read these numbers, two numbers, whatever the numbers you have given, I will give names to them. So these are called as variables. So I will take them in A and B. Now first number is in A, second number you have given me is in B. Now I have two numbers, I can add them. So I can process. So process, a rectangle is used. So the next step is a process, so a rectangle is used. So I should add A and B, and the result I should store it in some other variable. Now it is in C. Result is in C. So it means for any program, for taking input you have to write this, and for process you have to write like this. Then now I have the result ready. I should give a result to you. Say that sum of two numbers is so and so. So that is output. So for output, again a parallelogram. So I will draw a parallelogram and give an output here. So here I will say print addition is in quotes. This is in quotes because it's a message, then comma C. So it will be saying addition is then the result. Whatever the result is, that is there in C. Then next is end of this procedure. So this is stop. So for that, oval is the shape we use, or ellipse is the shape we use. So start and take input, process, give output, and end. This is how the flow chart for adding two numbers. Now same thing, I will write it as an algorithm using pseudocode. So what is pseudocode? The same thing I will write on. This is pseudocode. This is not a C language code. The same pseudocode I will write on. So let us write an algorithm for adding two numbers. Now here I will say begin, the algorithm begin. See, already I have explained you that you can write begin or you can write on the flower bracket. That is your choice. So I am writing begin here. Now what is the first thing it has to do? It should print and say enter two numbers. So print enter two numbers. Okay, then this is a message I am giving. Then writing semicolon or not, that is a choice because it's a pseudocode. It's not strict. Then I should read two numbers in two variables, that is A and B. This is over. Now next step is this one, processing. So C is assigned with A plus B. So I am writing this as assignment. Don't read it as equal to. Otherwise, write an arrow like this. Now next step is printing addition of number is so and so. So print addition is C. So this is the result. And this is the end of our algorithm. So those steps I have combined them and written them as algorithm. This is the beginning, everything looks simple, right? As we go on writing more programs, so this may be becoming a little lengthy or complex. So slowly we'll move to it. Now, next I have to write down a C++ program for adding two numbers. So here I will write down a C++ program. So let us write. First of all, I will write down the skeleton of C++ program. So for that, I have to write hash include IO stream, right? So this is the thing that we have already learned. So this is IO stream. Then I have to write using namespace, right? So whenever I am using scene and cout, this will be useful. STD. So using namespace STD. Now main function, int main, and starting of a main function. Now what I have to do? So here I have a flowchart, here I have a algorithm. These two things I have to convert them. So let us read it. So what are the things that I have to do? So from the algorithm we'll convert it into a C++ program. See, begin. Inside this, first is print, enter two numbers. How to print anything on the monitor? Cout, we know that. So cout, enter two numbers. So here I will write down cout, enter two numbers. This will print this message on the screen. The next thing, read AB. So from where? A program will read some numbers or data from the keyboard. So for that, we have object called cin, and that is present in this std. This cout and cin present in std. So cin, right? So cin where? See, for this I have to use double greater than symbol for reading anything. Now where I have to read it? In variables A as well as B. Don't give comma, again give this greater than symbols and write another variable name B. So cin A B. Now the important thing. See, in C++ you cannot directly use the variables unless you have declared them. So we should declare them. So declaring means before using them, here I should declare. So total how many variables I have? A, B, C. 3 variables are there. A, B, C. 3 variables. Now these variables will have a data type. Now what does it mean by data type? We have it in next video, right? So you'll be learning it. So we have to mention the data type, means what type of value you are storing in them. We are storing integer type. So numbers only we are storing, so that's why this is integer. So this is the method of declaring them. See, this declaration was not there in algorithm, so it's not strict. It's not strict because that is not C++. So you can write as you like. This is English like. Now here you have to write everything perfectly. If you miss anything, compiler will not compile your program. So you should write down the things that are understandable by compiler, right? So write everything properly. So this should be terminated by semicolon. So till here we have reached. Now the next step, this is over, and this one, C assign A plus B. So A plus B I want to do, okay, addition will be done. Then where it should be stored? So it should be stored in C. So write down like this, C equal to A plus B, but don't read it as equal to, read it as assign. This means the same thing. Add this to, result is stored in C. So add this to, result is stored in C. That's it. Now the last thing remaining, we have finished this one. We have to print the output. So say cout. Then cout, what is the message we want to print? Addition is, then C. So I will write down here. Addition is in quotes, and then write again double less than, and then say C. Right? So that's all. And so here inside the main function we must write down return 0. That is always you have to write because we have written int here. So that's all. This is a program in C++ for adding two numbers. Now I will continue and I will show you how to read name in C++ and give a message. Means name means a string, right? A string, set of characters. I will show you. It's a simple program. Let us learn it. Now let us write a program to take the name of a user and display a welcome message with the name, right? So let us assume that I am a program. So what I should do? I should ask you, may I know your name? Then you will tell the name. So I should take the name. Then I should give a message. I should tell you that hello Mr. or Miss, whatever it is, and the name. So let us write on this one. So for this I have a skeleton ready, available here. Now let us write on the steps. So I'm not showing flowchart, all these things. This is a simple one. So first thing, I have to give a message to you. So what is that? May I know your name? So for displaying a message on the screen, I should use cout. So cout, may I know your name? So this will appear on the screen. Now you are the user, I am the program. When you see this, you will try to write your name from the keyboard, right? So and you will hit enter. So that I should read. So I should read it by using cin. Right? This is extraction operator. This is extraction operator. And here I should read your name. So what is this? This is a variable. Name is a variable. Which type? It should read a word, that is name. So it should be string type. So in C++ you should declare the variables before using them, right? So I should declare it. So which type? I should declare it as a string. String and variable name is name. So what is this string? This is a data type. We are going to learn about the data types afterwards. So this is the name of a variable. So it will read the name from the keyboard. Now next I should give a message. Welcome Mr. So-and-so. Here I should give a message. So for that I should write cout welcome Mr. or Miss and followed by this your name. So for this again write on this one. See, this is enclosed in double quotes. Now the variable name should not be in double quotes. It should be directly given. So it will display a message. Welcome Mr. or Miss, whatever it is, then name. So this will give a message. That's all. End of a program. So this is a simple program for taking name of a user and showing a welcome message. Now one problem in this one. If your name is having more than one word, then it will not read all the words. It will read just one word. It will not read second or third word. Right? Suppose your name is Ravi Kumar. So it will just read Ravi. Right? So if your name is Anil Kumar, then it will just read Anil. Then how to make it read everything? So instead of scene, we have a function called getLine. Inside this, I should write down scene and the variable name, that is name. This will read all the words until you hit enter. So this will be perfect for taking the names of people that may be of more than one word. So this is better. So that's all. In the next video, we will have the demo of these programs.